Bueno, señores, bienvenidos otra vez a mi canal. Si estamos aquí en un nuevo capítulo de... Se me olvidó no implementar las... ay, sí, pero bueno. Entonces aquí nos tocó, en el capítulo anterior se murió el conejo, encontramos la armadura, pero todavía nos falta encontrar otra pieza. Pero nos dejan decidir entre si ir por Zenobia o buscar el núcleo. La verdad, yo estoy interesado en saber qué va a pasar si encontramos la armadura legendaria completa, porque siento que era un gran enfrentamiento, no sé, pero me suena mejor así. Vamos a ver qué tal nos va buscando el núcleo.
It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature, and the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good, no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's point before all this was over. He was sure of that. The power was in the core. Obviously, he had to get the core.
Ok. Básicamente sacrificamos a un amigo. Como diciéndote, hermano, eres un ingrato. Uy, en serio que sí. Me dice ingrato el juego. Me lo trata así, ingrato.
Doubt sunk in before he was even out of sight of the Farfarer. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? It was the sort of path he'd always avoided. The path of responsibility.
Desde que un objeto por ahí que va a estar vagando y estás flotando detrás mío.
Grown up? He didn't feel grown up. He'd made this decision from his gut, like he always did. Somehow, he'd impulsively decided to stop being impulsive. Did that make any sense? I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato.
Uy, espere, a las pailas no me puedo ver. Ah, pues. Menos mal, yo estaba asustado, pensé que estaba viendo el camino que debía. Se me dice, es de viento. ¿Esto qué? Ah, por ahí se sigue el camino, no tan. Voy por estas cositas. Vamos bien. Ok, ahora se han hecho como más grandes los mapas, solo se me dan de lado a lado que no se me pueda ningún camino. Por acá, por arriba, pero es por arriba. Así es por arriba donde te va a continuar.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
Ya me hace falta nomás la mesa de trabajo. Tengo muchísimo, yo que me puedo construir los espadas. Ok, eso sí está raro, una cueva que tiene vacío.
No?
El combo.
It was all coming back to me. There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest, the mice and
Ok.
rabbits.
Tan rápido en el
Where had they
altar.
gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be.
Golpe perfecto. Ve. Supera se puede ir, pero no coge nada. Ya que. Wow. Uy, 52, 53, 56, uff. Ay, no subí el punto de experiencia, pero que le va a subir ahí con eso. Pero bastantes combos. ¿En serio ese es el núcleo ya?
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark arts, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
A ver. Estaba completo la superarma, podía poner fin a la oscuridad del emperador, pero Reinado la había montado correctamente. ¿Funcionaría en momentos críticos? La verdad sí me intriga. Más bien, vamos a esta historia.
If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist or two look at it. And even if they disagreed and he had time, he could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective.
Mejor ya lo para que lo revisen porque si no llega a funcionar prácticamente dice una historia que bailas. La verdad me gusta el juego, la verdad me gusta mucho el juego, me lo metí como en la literatura, a la vez que de imaginación. Okay.
Why had the parts of the Sky Ripper only surfaced now, thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had dismantled it? The mad Emperor Isengrim had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Was that why these ancient artifacts were rising out of the ground? How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction.
Mira que cuando llegue a una mesa de trabajo voy a encontrar un montón de cosas.
Welcome to Earth. We're not told of corpses. It was something he'd seen in a pleasure.
Pensé que eran vainos que convocaban bichos, pero es un elevador. No tiene tanta ciencia. No, pero eso no estaba por mí. Una pinche misita de muerte.
Smashing things was fun.
A ver, puntos de habilidad tengo. 0. Y como raro. Tenía que darle en serio que sí.
Renato had learned so much. It was a legendary weapon was exactly what the rebellion needed.
Pero
They were
yo no sé
outnumbered.
algo más
The
dificultad.
once kind
algo así.
emperor had become a tyrant. But his ravens stayed loyal, for he fed them his victims, and the other animals were too frightened to rebel. Renato shuddered at what the emperor was trying to do. To bring back the lost gods, the Black Harvest,
¿Y
the
a
Black
quién van?
Sun.
¿En serio?
No. He would stop that toad, no matter what the risk.
¿Y a dónde me llevo? Ah, no, sí estoy bien. Pero espere, allá.
Hoped his hook didn't break.
Ok. No sé qué. Eso parece. Prácticamente es un laberinto. Que ni idea para dónde me tiene que llevar. Ok, decías, hermano, ¿por qué? Está genial lento.
The Nexus Observatory had the Empire's most renowned scientists, working by themselves without interference. At least, so far.
Porque está agotando la rueda.
Crafting
Uy, por
bench.
fin, una mesa de trabajo.
Renato wondered
Milagro.
what he could make with it.
Vamos a ver. No la puedo construir todavía. Esta ya la puedo construir. Uy, pero si construyo esa no puedo construir esta. ¿Qué hago? ¿La de fuego? No es por la de fuego. Listo. Esta no la puedo construir. Me faltaron 5 minerales. Pero esta la puedo mejorar.
His trusty old sword was always a little
Así
better when he
tiene
sharpened
estilo.
it.
Ah, qué chimba. Genial, genial, genial. Ahí se puso interesante. Ah, qué parche. Ya como que me la tuve que usar.
Hey. Ooh, Renato hated warlocks. The way they stayed back and lobbed pain and death from a distance. Cowards. Really dangerous, effective cowards.
Ok. Pensé que era un vaino de la armadura porque salió precisamente ahí con la armadura.
Why would anyone put his slinky collection in a strongbox, thought Renato. Be magic
Vamos a poner un
slinky.
rato.
Oh, there was something else.
Ya tengo la de viento totalmente perfeccionada. ¿Cómo que llegamos?
Renato was thrilled. The scientists seemed to think he'd put the Sky Ripper together right. But one toad was worried.
Yeah, the Sky Ripper could tear a hole in existence itself. There are invisible strings that tie the universe together. If the Sky Ripper cut one, the hole would widen and widen until our whole existence fell into it.
Another toad sighed. Irving still believes in string theory.
At least go see Calaveras.
Yeah, said the worried toad.
He knows more than anyone else has forgotten about the Transcendent Emperor.
If anyone could tell him how to use this weapon safely, it would be Calaveras. It was he who had told Renato how to find it in the first place. But maybe he had to give up on using it as a weapon. Maybe he had to go to the secret rebel base and ask the generals there what he could do with a weapon that he dared not use.
No, vamos a hacer esto.
Renato was about to
¿Qué nos dicen
leave
acá?
when he was stopped by one of the scientist toads.
There is something else you should know. There are rumors the Ravens are searching for an ancient artifact on a nearby desert island. There are legends of something called the Iblis Stone, a gem of great and evil power.
Where is this island? Asked Renato.
Yeah, sort of that way?
Said the toad, pointing vaguely west. The fleet was already there. There was nothing Renato could do about it. For the moment. Well, he should have known he'd have to consult Calaveras again. The scientists at the observatory were smart enough. But what did they know of the Transcendent Emperor? He hoped it wouldn't delay him too long. The rebels had scheduled the final battle soon. Every day they delayed risked the exposure of the secret base. And some soldiers were already drifting back to their homes and families. Calaveras would fix the Sky Ripper for him. And then he would win the final battle.
Ok, creo que va a ser otro escenario, la verdad, porque está interesante y quiero saber qué pasa.
Maybe it was the cold. But after a few steps, Renato's optimism started to slump. What if Calaveras couldn't help? Did Renato dare use the Sky Ripper? Oh, he hated that he had chosen this path. It was so much simpler to rescue friends and attack enemies. Even if some of those friends were more trouble than his enemies, some of those enemies had been friends before and might be lovers after. No, okay, it wasn't all that much simpler, no. Physics made his brain hurt. That, at least he was sure of.
No. Ustedes me están cayendo agua por el aire. ¿Por qué tengo tan poquita vida?
A chest that
¿En
shiny
serio?
deserved to be
¿El
opened.
borde del nivel de experiencia? Entonces está seco, ¿no? ¿Quién no iría? Un puntito de esos.
Renato felt new powers ready to blossom within him, or something.
Gracias. A ver, miramos. Demorados son los ascensores, en serio que sí. Los ascensores son demorados. Ok, hielo, creo que no la tengo. No, ya no la tengo.
Sometimes, Renato really hated inanimate objects.
estás bien, a ver. Ok, vamos a ver, pues. Ustedes acá. Ok, perfecto. Enfrentamiento
Oh, they
perfecto.
really ought to put a railing on this thing, I thought.
Nada, solo energías. Aquí. Bien. Necesito más minerales. Ya voy a construir la espada ya, pero faltan minerales para las realmente. Bien.
Tried to focus on the now. The ravens who seemed everywhere all the time. Where did they hatch from? Were there giant raven hatcheries somewhere, or did they have families? Ooh, he didn't want to think about raven mummies raising their darling raven chicks. Yeah, Calveras would help. He would make Renato feel better about using the Sky Ripper. And then Renato wouldn't have to worry about ravens ever again. Renato's paws were getting numb. Calaveras really didn't want company, did he?
Pero bueno, creo que era por lo de los, ¿qué? Por las puertas de hebre que tocaba desbloquear, entonces es sí grave. La que puedo encender esta no creo. Ay, pero... No, pero minerales. Nada. A ver. No para cubrir. Pero necesito hielo, ¿en serio? Ya que nos quedan las subaventuras ahí. Que necesito.
The rebels were counting on Renato. He hoped Calaveras knew what he was doing.
Pero energías. Estoy lleno de energía de vida, necesito minerales. Antes sí me botaban minerales y ahora no. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Me atoré? No puede ser.
Have you ever felt you were just going round in circles? Renato felt like that.
Me atoré. ¿Un bug? ¿En serio? ¿En un juego de niños? Denles pena. ¿Cómo salgo?
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Nah, voy a hacer un pausita acá por recuperar. Mirar hacer cómo salgo de acá este bug. Porque en serio que sí, me jodió esta pedazo. Bueno, pasa acontece que salí del bug. Bueno, tocó regresar cargar nivel. Cosa que no me encanta es que no queda en el mismo pedazo, sino adelanto hasta el siguiente punto. O hasta el siguiente capítulo, no sé. Y vamos a continuar entonces a ver qué tal nos va. Terminé con una batalla así porque estaba. El escenario comenzó igual que el anterior. Entonces eso fue lo que me puso fastidioso.
wasn't making a dent in those shields.
No entiendo cómo. No entiendo cómo derrotar ese escudo.
Long live the Emperor! Caught the ravens.
Lanzándole al otro cuervo. ¿En serio?
Have anything clever to say. So he died.
Así lanzándole al otro para matar el escudo. Bueno. A ver. Ok, ese es el primer nivel que estoy teniendo como complicaciones con esos cuervos. Creo que no me va a salir otro bug, metí la grabación. O sea, esa grabación sí es un poquito ya más larga, en serio, lo siento. Pues espero terminar el escenario pronto. Vamos en el mismo, pues es que se alargó la situación por ese bug. ¿Ve? Pues era un cuervo. ¿Se cayó? ¿En serio? Ya digo, tiene mucho como bug, diría yo. De su salud. Bueno, sí, digamos así, más bien. Y no nos arriesguemos en buscar otro bug por ahí. A veces confundo las palabras, pero sé que es una de esas dos. Bueno, nos conseguimos vida. Ok, ahora sí llegamos a donde debíamos. Creo. Sí, ahora sí estamos en el lugar que debíamos. Entonces regresamos. Pero yo no entiendo por qué antes sí me enfrentaba a ellos y ahora ya no.
He was practically sure he'd find something useful. Renato had been focusing all his energies on the Sky River. If Calaveras could not fix it,
a ver, yo me quedé pausado por aquí.
he would have to assault the Imperial fleet empty-handed.
Acá, ya hay crítico eso. Pero tan raro, yo antes nunca había pasado por la del escudo. Por lo tanto, tuve que haberme botado en una puerta o algo. Esos errores de programación sí es un estrés. Uy, alarguemos la vida y corremos rápido. No sé si por 2. Ya ahí, listo. Alargamos la vida un poquitico. Que me ayuda. Y creo que llegamos al final. ¿En serio?
Of course I can make it work better.
But
Y si ustedes
Renato
llegamos al
explained
final.
about the strings. Calaveras grew thoughtful.
Solo me pasa a mí, creo que sí. Solo me
Strange,
pasa a
you
mí.
say? Well, the Arcana do speak of the ties that bind the world.
He drew many intricate symbols in the dirt.
Yeah, so According to my calculations, each time you fire, I'm afraid there's a 1 in 120 chance you'll destroy the universe. That's pretty good odds. That's like rolling, what, 21 dice and they all come up 6. What are the odds of that? What? No! It's more like 2.716s in a row. Anyway, with those odds, it won't happen if I use it just once. Yeah, no, that's not right. Each time you use it... Okay, look, just don't use it ever.
All right, I guess. As he sailed away from the mountains, Bernardo could see clouds darkening. Rain? No. Ships. Imperial ships, swarming thick as bees. This was it. The big battle. They could not afford to lose this one. What if it did not go well? What if he had to use the Sky Ripper? Could he gamble the universe? On the other hand, what were the odds of rolling 21 6s in a row?
Ok. La verdad, en serio, no me las creo. Uy, ese errorcito me costó varios tiempo. Y bueno, descubrí otra cosa que nunca me había imaginado. Ok, una animación, pero...
The battle was not going spectacularly well.
Ok,
What
ok,
had the
ok.
rebels been thinking? They'd been thinking he would bring the Sky Ripper.
Llegamos al capítulo número 5, cosa que voy a dejarlo hasta acá si quiere decir que he grabado entre dos capítulos,
Couldn't he use
4
the Sky
capítulos.
Ripper just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right. So he didn't fire the Sky Ripper. He just brought it along, in case.
Va, entonces voy a dejar acá, muchachos, recuerden hacerlo su amigo Darkus, suscríbanse, den like, compartan con sus amigos. Nos vemos próximamente en un nuevo capítulo. Bye bye.